Good morning, everyone. Well, I planned to do a video, but it's very loud music. So, actually, I went back to the house and I decided to do a few gardening jobs. And what I actually started to do is cut some of the grass down. So, when I started to actually cut the grass down, I saw the big lorry. Now, I've been doing the gardening, a few gardening jobs, planting a few seeds, and I saw this big lorry pass earlier on. Now it's come back. And I said to Jovel, he's got a drill on the back. He's probably going to come and put posts for the electric. And if you watch the previous videos from 2 years ago, they were building a chicken farm, which the chicken farm is now built. And the guy wants some power, so he needs quite a big power, his own power line. So he does need to put a power line in. So that's what these guys are going to do. They're actually going to start putting posts in, big concrete pillars. So I decided to come and show you what this looks like. Can you see the big drill? So it looks like last week as well. I saw this lorry or one similar, and it had big pillars on. So it's a voiceover, I'm afraid. So it looks like they're coming to do, the measuring up actually. You'll see later on in the video. I actually go in for my dinner and then I come back out when I actually see these guys are getting ready. So looks like that's what they're ready to do. So looks like they're off. I don't know where they're starting, but they're going to start and put posts in. They'll put some big pillars in, some big concrete pillars, and maybe we can actually put a power line in. How nice would that be? Absolutely spectacular. Absolutely lovely. We have power.
Finally, we can have our own.
I think my chain needs tightening on my bike.
Our electric.
Right, back to a voiceover. Actually, I did start to chat about quite a lot of things, but I've had to do a voiceover, like I said. So, always the same, lot of music playing in the province. Right, so what I actually got chatting about is a subscriber of mine, a follower, he chatted to me about, did I hear about the two goats that had been attacked by a monitor lizard, or did I hear about the two goats what they'd been disemboweled and some had ate all the insides, and they think it's a large monitor lizard the next barangay over from me. So two goats have been attacked by big monitor lizards. This is what they're doing now. Dogs are barking at them. And I said to the dogs, if they're strangers, bark at them. Right, so these two goats are actually baby goats. This monitor lizard, according to form, has attacked them, killed them, and eaten their insides. Well, it's quite possible with a monitor lizard, and they are venomous, a lot of the monitor lizards, but not all of them. So, it's quite possible, but you never know. Did the monitor lizards go back and eat the rest of the meat instead of just the insides, the guts? So it makes you wonder. But it's quite possible. So, but no, I didn't hear about that. But what I actually heard about was a lot of thieves in the barangay coming in, and some of the thieves live in the barangay, so I'm told. I always keep my eyes out if I see a stranger or I see a strange motorbike. I always clock it. I always look what they're doing, and just look who strangers are. Because there's a lot of thieves in the barangays, and these thieves actually that got these two goats. Now, there were two, as well as two goats have been eaten by these monitor lizards or their insides. There were two baby goats here, and the thieves took these two baby goats and they put them in a rice sack. Now they put them in a rice sack and taped the muzzle up so they can't make any noise. You can't make no noise whatsoever to try and smuggle them out of the barangay to sell the baby goats. Now the owner's found out and he's caught these guys. I don't know how he's caught them, don't know how he found out.
Strange guy.
All I know
I
is, thieves are taking the baby goats and they're selling them, and the owner's caught him. And when he's looked in this sack, there's two dead baby goats with the muzzle, with the mouths taped over to stop them. Mate, is that a sheep, mate? Whatever, whatever the noise, just to stop the goats making the noise. So they suffocated the goats. And this threatens to be teenage boys. And, that's what they've done. They've pinched two baby goats, put them in a rice sack, taped them up so they don't make no noise, so they can get them out of the barangay. Probably had a buyer already lined up to sell these baby goats, but I got told, or I didn't get told, I heard, let's just say I heard, and what I heard was the owner actually caught these guys, and when he's looked in sack, that's what's in, the two dead baby goats. So, as well as them being thieves, they're damn fools as well. So yeah, there's quite a few thieves around. When you see strangers here in the barangay, most of them you've got to keep an eye on them. Like I said, you shouldn't be pinching off your own, really, guys. A lot of people here in the barangay are very, very poor. They've got a few goats. They're very poor. They work in the sugarcane, the rice fields. So you shouldn't be going round, pinching off your own, or going into the next barangay and pinching people's goats. Because I've seen lately quite a lot of strangers. So, as I was saying, I have seen quite a lot of teenagers, different guys on motorbikes, walking around looking up the gardens, and I've seen quite a few of these guys, looking for things to pinch. So I've seen the thieves, don't know who the guys are, but I've seen quite a few different ones, and they walk past the house and they're looking up the entries, and that's what I'm thinking, thieves. And they're coming back at night and pinching what they can pinch. Baby goats. Last year, motorbikes, quite a few motorbikes got stolen out of the barangay, so I'm told. And somebody said, I'm surprised your motorbike's not being stolen. Well, my motorbike's under the bedroom window. And we've got dogs, so you've got no chance of getting the bikes, because my dogs sleep outside, so you've got no chance of really taking my motorbike. So you have to keep an eye out. But like I said, a lot of lovely, nice, friendly people here. A lot of people here that work. But there are thieves about now in the barangay looking for things to steal. So, you have to be careful of strangers, don't trust anyone. And as soon as I actually see a stranger, I always look where they're going, I always watch them and I always clock them. And, you can tell they'll walk past the house and then they're looking up the side of the house for things to steal. And like I said, my papaya tree got cut down, and quite a few strange things going off here in the barangay, with one thing. À. What they're doing is they're filling the hole so no animals, I'm guessing, so no animals or people fall down the hole, or snakes, you know, lizards. So that's what they're doing now. They're going to clear these branches in the mango trees as well. So that's it, look. So that's it. Very nice. We're going to get some power line here in the barangay. It's going to be really nice. You know, because we've had no power line. We rely on the neighbour. You know, the neighbour's been very good and she's let us actually run a cable to her power. So now it looks like we should be able to actually get some power here in the barangay to our house, which is very nice. Right, looks like they're packing up. They're going to dig another hole. See? You can see they're putting a safety line as well to tell people that there's an hole there. See, they normally, in the Philippines, they wouldn't do this. They wouldn't do this in the Philippines. But this is like, you know, it's a proper electrical company. You know, because the wiring here in the Philippines, it's normally bodged. It's normally a bodged spaghetti job. But these guys do a proper job. So, a professional job. That's it, look, professional job. Like I said, normally in the Philippines, it's normally spaghetti all over the place. But you know, they've done a proper job. They've filled the hole, they've put the tape across. You know, yellow tape, warning people there's an obstacle. And people here in the barangay will go, why do they do that? You know, the mindset's really behind. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of very, very educated people here in the Philippines. Same as England, a lot of educated people in England. By the sounds on it, they're to leave in England now. So that's a professional job here in the barangay. Oh, like I said, hopefully we get the post going in and we can actually get some electric in by his own power line, hopefully. How nice is that? Right guys, it looks like they're off, and like I said, it would be lovely to get his own line in, and that's it, look. See? And that's how to do it. Caution, this is how they do things in England. And that's for your safety and your children's safety. So that's what they've done, look. They've filled the hole there, look. And that's a warning tape. So it's all taped up, warning people that there's a big hole there. So, you know, that's what they've done. So it looks like they're on the bike. And they're going to put some more in, look. So that's it. That's Jovelin in the middle. So absolutely spectacular. Like I said, hopefully we can catch them putting the post and the lines in. What are you doing there? Looks like someone's happy. like the kids are coming home from school. So, like I said, very happy today. Looks like his hair's growing back. We're probably getting some food.